10 Signs an Extrovert Likes You. Since you guys enjoyed our video titled 10 Signs an Introvert Likes You, we thought we would make another video discussing the other side of the spectrum. Hope you enjoy! Extroverts can be some of the funnest people to hang out with. They can also make the best romantic partners. But as many people in the past have found out, it's actually pretty hard to figure out if an extrovert likes you. This is because their friendliness and warmth can often be misinterpreted as flirting, when really they act that way to everyone. Other times it can be easier to tell, as they'll pretty much just walk right up to you and tell you how they feel. Extroverts are an interesting bunch, and these tips are sure to help you in figuring out whether that special extrovert has a crush on you. 1. They reach out to you. Extroverts are all about not being afraid to reach out. That could mean that they are walking down the street and suddenly spark up a conversation with someone. This means it's hard to tell whether an extrovert is reaching out to you because they like you or whether they're just really wanting to talk to someone. There's no real way to tell, but extroverts who like you will definitely try to reach out to you in some way, shape, or form. A lot of people will tell you that you just know when extroverts are interested in being more than just friends. They may be a little flirty when they spark up a conversation with you, or heavily allude to their interest in you. 2. They invite you to join their circle of friends. For extroverts, their circle of friends is everything to them. So being invited to join his or her circle might just be a sign that they really like you. Let's put it this way. If they're constantly surrounded by their friends, the only real way they're going to get to know you is if they bring you in. They may want to get to know you better, but prefer to spend time in large groups of people, as all extroverts do. So the initial form of interest will come in a highly social setting, where the focus is on the group, not between you and them. But be aware of subtle cues, like them watching you carefully, even if you're hanging out with a large group of people. 3. They'll open up to you about things that bother them. Extroverts really have no problem opening up to people. So again, it's hard to know whether the extrovert in question is opening up to you because they like you or just because you're the only person within arm's reach who will listen. And again, you're going to have to use your instincts to tell you whether they really want to tell you or they just want to tell someone. This is something that makes it very hard to tell if an extrovert likes you in virtually all situations. It's one of the reasons extroverted people are so often mistaken for flirting, when in fact they're just being their normal, friendly, and outgoing selves. In this situation, look for clues that what they're opening up to you about is actually quite personal, and seems like something normal people, extroverted or not, wouldn't tell random people who just so happen to be passing by. 4. They make plans with you. Extroverted people love making plans. And if those plans include you, then they might just like you. Take note if they seem to be reaching out specifically to you and only you. For example, an extrovert might be constantly making plans to go and do things with their group of friends. But when they want to make plans with you and you alone, you know that they are trying to bring you closer into their life so they can get to know you better. This is a classic sign of an extrovert. They want to take charge and take the initiative. They want to be the ones that take the first step into one-on-one friendship, and maybe even more down the road. 5. They will tell you how they feel. The best thing about extroverts is that they usually are very open about how they feel. So figuring out if an extrovert likes you or not may be as simple as standing there and listening to them tell you that they have feelings for you. It's that simple. Chances are that if an extrovert has strong feelings, they won't keep it bottled up, and will most likely march right up to you and lay it all out on the table. This is one of the greatest things about dating an extrovert. They won't make it hard for you to figure out how they're feeling. They wear their hearts on their sleeves, so to speak. 6. They will reveal their personality to you. While extroverts can be quite open about their feelings, sometimes they still hide certain parts of themselves that they don't want anyone to know about. Even extroverts get self-conscious. In fact, they are sometimes some of the most self-conscious people on Earth, considering how important their social lives are to them. So a great way to tell if an extrovert likes you is if they begin to reveal facets of their personality to you that you had no idea existed. If you get the feeling that you're seeing a part of this person that no one has ever seen before, chances are that they really like you and are beginning to trust you enough to show you their true selves. 7. They want to call you and text you constantly. Extroverts love calling people up and texting them. The rise of the smartphone era has helped extroverts perhaps more than introverts, because they don't ever have to truly feel alone. And this is one of the biggest fears of extroverted people. They are basically only able to relax around other people. But just because an extroverted person calls you regularly, that doesn't mean that they necessarily like you. It could just be that you're the only one who picked up the phone, and they've tried 7 different people before you. It can be a sign of attraction, however, when an extrovert specifically makes plans to call you. Look out for questions like, "Can I call you later?" or "Will you call me later?" This means they're actually planning ahead to speak to you specifically. The exact same logic applies to texting. 8. Just ask them. A great way to find out whether an extrovert likes you or not is to just muster up the courage and ask them about their feelings. Since they're extroverted, the situation isn't likely to get awkward, as they usually have strong social skills. As previously mentioned, extroverts are very likely to be open about their emotions, meaning that they'll probably give you an honest answer when confronted. This might be a little daunting, especially if you're an introvert, but it's basically assured that the person is going to respect you more for coming out and laying your emotions on the table. The thing extroverts dislike the most is people who try to hide everything and drop hints instead of just coming out and admitting their feelings. 9. They go outside their comfort zone for you. This is a huge sign that an extrovert likes you, and it quickly becomes obvious if you're an introvert. The things extroverts hate the most is sitting in silence, or being in a small group of people, or doing something relaxing that doesn't involve bouncing off the walls and yelling at the top of their lungs. So when they actually go outside of their comfort zone for someone, it's a sign that they really like them. An example would be an introvert who likes nothing more than quietly reading at home. If an extrovert really likes that person, they'll come over and quietly read with that person, even though in their mind they want nothing more than to be loud and obnoxious. The willingness to make sacrifices for someone else is a clear sign of attraction, no matter what personality. 10. They don't want you to leave. Another sign that an extrovert likes you is that they really don't want you to leave. As previously mentioned, an extrovert's worst nightmare is being alone for long periods of time. So this is where you have to be careful. Do they not want you to leave them alone because they like you, or because they want literally anyone to keep them company? This is a question you have to ask yourself very seriously, and like many other items on this list, you really have to use your instincts to find the answer. But one clear sign that they're definitely attracted to you is if they don't want you to leave, even when they're already surrounded by people. This means without you, they feel alone, because you're the only one that makes them feel truly happy. Have you ever liked an extrovert that showed signs like those mentioned in this video? Are you yourself an extrovert, and if so, can you relate to these traits? Let us know in the comments below.